Alflaila to complete the lineup. Comes forward. Walks in, that's it. All in. Set a race. Veroff racing over 1.5 miles furlongs for the Sky Bet York Stakes, and King's Gambit has bounced out in front, but they're going to go a bit of a dawdle here. King's Gambit just ambling along at a very quiet pace, in front by a couple of lengths to Passenger, who's sitting in second position. Royal Rhyme is close up third, and Alflaila, last year's winner, restrained last of the 4 runners as they go through the first furlong and a half at a very sedate gallop. King's Gambit and Callum Shepherd in front then by a length. Passenger has settled nicely in second for Richard Kingscote towards the inside in the dark blue with the pale blue cross belts. A little bit deeper, Royal Rhyme and Clifford Lee in the yellow with the large black spots. And the striped cap of Alflaila at the back of the 4-runner field would be 5 lengths off the pace, which continues to be set by King's Gambit. He's just increasing the tempo fractionally, Callum Shepherd, as they reach the end of the back stretch. They're going inside the final 6.5, and it's King's Gambit dictating it by 1.5 lengths to Royal Rhyme racing second, single file traffic. Back in third is Passenger, and Alflaila still at the back of the 4-runner field. Swinging the left-handed turn, then back down the side of the track they come, heading back towards the final 5 furlongs and about to swing into the home straight. King's Gambit still there by a couple, again just gradually increasing the tempo. Royal Rhyme in second. Passenger travels nicely still in third, so does Alflaila in fourth. Off the turn and levelling back down the home straight, 4.5 furlongs to go, and it's still King's Gambit is going to try and see them all off from the front. Leads up by a length to Royal Rhyme, switching to the near side. Over on the far side is Alflaila. Passengers now back in fourth position. Down the straight they come. Now they start to sprint inside the 3. King's Gambit let loose off the front by a 1/2 length to Royal Rhyme in second. Alflaila, last year's winner, in full cry now in third, and Passengers going to be delivered late by Richard Kingscote. Back inside the final 2 they come. King's Gambit lays it down to Royal Rhyme. Alflaila still trying to get upside, so too is Passenger, who's being delivered very late. Back towards the final furlong they come, all to play for here. Royal Rhyme scrapping away towards the near side of King's Gambit. Alflaila still trying hard over on the far side. Passenger inside the final 1/2 furlong they go. King's Gambit, Alflaila puts his head in front and repeats last year's win. Alflaila's won it again. Back in second was King's Gambit, Passenger behind, and then Royal Rhyme.
For the second year in a row, the Sky Bet York Stakes has went away off Alflaila, ridden by Jim Crowley. A really messy race, but well on top of it.
Yeah, look, it was always going to be messy and tactical with 4 runners and no confirmed front runner. He loves to be ridden that way, so our hands were pretty much tied. But I felt he came into the race good. And then obviously it was hard to peg back the front 2 after going so slow, and they were getting away.
You made that move, didn't you, off the Crown of the Bend, just to get a bit closer?
Just to get a bit closer, and I wanted to have Passenger covered. And then, like I said, it wasn't until the last sort of 100 yards that he really picked up and flew. He clearly loves it here, and I think, I just said there, I really do believe there's a Group 1 in him, I really do, yeah.
The internationals bubbling under to be a top-class Group 1. He's obviously the Irish champion. None of them are gimmies, I get that, but with his love affair with the Naves, Mary, you think maybe here this time?
Quite possibly. I thought he was very unlucky in the Irish Champion Stakes last year. I got behind and the horses in front of me took back, and it was just a mess of a race. And obviously he didn't come back, he was injured after that. Owen's done a great job bringing him back. I thought it was a really good run going to Ascot, because he probably wasn't tip-top going there. So to run fourth in the Prince of Wales was great, and I believe he'll probably take another step forward for this today.
Good stuff, well done.
Thank you.
Alflaila's won it again, the Sky Bet York Stakes Group 2 contest. Really well trained. Spoke to Jim Crowley, he was keen to say about how well you've done to get this horse back. He hasn't been the easiest.
Look, yeah, he's had his setbacks unfortunately, but Selwyn, who looks after him and rides him most of the time, has done a good job, because he's not easy. He can take a bit of a grip, and the whole team at home have done a good job. And yeah, it's just obviously helps when you've got one as willing as him.
It was always going to be messy on paper looking at it, but the way he likes that, doesn't he?
Yeah, look, I think he is better off a stronger gallop, because Jim felt that it was only the last half a furlong that he was getting going as such, and I felt his move on the turn to just come and take a slightly handier position probably won him the race, because if he'd have been sort of where he was originally when they kicked, we probably wouldn't have quite got there. So I think a stronger run race to suit. But here really suits him, you know, that long straight really plays to his strengths.
He's in the job on international, he's obviously in the Irish Champions away where he went last year after this, but you just mentioned his love affair with this place.
Yeah, look, I'll have a chat with Shaker Hisser and Angus and Richard, and it'd be hard not to come back here. Obviously, you know, it didn't quite play out for us in Ireland last year. So look, we'll see.
Yeah, good stuff, very well done.
Cheers, thanks Noel, thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.